space is not just of this world. It's the whole galaxy of worlds. We only discover that through astrology, that we're not only occupying this globe, there are other lands, the galaxies of other stars, Jupiter, Mars, Moon, they all is unending space. And there are lands in other places too. So 2,600 years ago, before the invention of telescope and before the discovery in science of astrology, the Buddha already said, space is unlimited. There are many other lands. It's just our eyes cannot see those lands. So the Sakyamuni Buddha said, right now there are other Buddhas in other lands also promoting Amitabha's Pure Land, promoting this land of bliss, which is an easier method to go to. Everybody has to die anyways. All sentient beings have to die. And after you die, the average ones, most of the sentient beings, they roll into the next reincarnation of life and death with their karma, because we haven't purified our karma. So don't regard your death as the end of you. The death is the end of your present body. It's the beginning of another body rolling down the life of birth and death. But you don't want to do that though. Don't get the mistaken idea that, oh, when I die, I'm going to go into the next body, and the next body, I want to be a better body. I mean, who determines whether you have a better body, a better life? Who? Is it God? No, not God. It's you yourself. You created your own karma. You created your own destiny. You created your own karma, your energy, and you roll with the same energy into your next life. If you're always creating bad energy, bad karma, your next life is going to be miserable. If you're always creating good, meritorious energy, good karma, your next one is going to be favorable. But it does not matter how, you still have to go through life and death. And even if you go into the next life, which is more favorable than this one, there's always in the favorable energy that contains the miserable ones. So you may be rich, you may be healthy, but you don't have a good family. Maybe your kids are not doing fine, or your wife is betraying you, or your husband is betraying you, or if you have a good family, you may not have good health. If you have a good health, you may not have money, you're poor. So everybody is different because you are rolling down that reincarnation life cycle with your karma. And nobody gives it to you. Not your fellows, not your folks that infuriated you. It's you yourself, you created that. So in other countries, other Buddha also are saying there's a land called Amitabha, the Pure Land, Sukhavati, and all of us should go there. If it is very difficult for you to practice in your lifetime to become the Buddha, to be enlightened, there's an expedient way, is to be born in that country, in that heaven, in that land of bliss, where you continue to practice. And when you are in that land of bliss, there's no more retrogression, no more coming back to reincarnation. But your karma is not yet purified. It's just with the vow, with the power of Amitabha, your soul exists in there first to learn more about enlightenment and nirvana. But the good thing about it is you don't have to go back to reincarnation. Called utmost bliss, where the Buddha Amitabha presides in there. The land is full of wonders, pleasing to the mind and comforting to the senses, and those born there, they enjoy the highest spiritual bliss. People who were born there enjoy the highest spiritual bliss, which is the land of happiness, or heaven, some people call it. This land of bliss is totally free from suffering that we have in this present world that we're living in. Of course, you have to know what kind of suffering we are going through in this world. And there, in that land of bliss, there's no more suffering. The Buddha there is called Amitabha. At the same time, it's also called Amitayus, because his lifespan is immeasurable. It's also called Amitabha because his light shines out boundlessly. All beings there dwell in the stage of non-retrogression. What is that stage of non-retrogression? When you retrogress, that means you're going back to the 6 paths of reincarnation when you die. You retrogress in there. Non-retrogression, that means you're not going to be reborn again in the 6 paths of reincarnations. What are these 6 paths that usually people go to after death? There's 3 vicious paths and 3 beneficial paths, or non-vicious paths. What are these 3 vicious paths? Animal realm, the hell realm, and the ghost realm. If this person who passes away has very heavy karma, polluted karma, bad karma, he'll reincarnate into animal realm, ghost realm, or infernal realm, victims of hell. Now these are the 3 realms, vicious realms. There are the non-vicious realm, or more or less the virtuous realm, the human realm, Asura realm, and the heaven realm. Now this heaven realm is not the same as the heaven that we use in here. This heaven realm is still in the 6 paths of reincarnation. But this heaven realm, or the land of bliss, is a non-retrogressive realm. This heaven is still a retrogressive realm, because after you live in there for a certain number of years, maybe thousands of years, you still have to go back to reincarnation. Now, the non-retrogressive realm in the land of Amitabha is, you don't go back to this 6 paths of reincarnation again. We, the common people, after we died, we usually roll into another path of reincarnation. Be human again, or in the animal realm, or in the ghost realm, or in the infernal realm, the hell realm. Most go into vicious realms. In other words, the animal realm, the ghost realm, and the hell realm. Why? Because most people committed a lot of bad karma. Also, these people who were born in the Amitabha's land of bliss, they were assured of attaining enlightenment. Why? Because who are their professors? The Buddha, the Bodhisattvas, the Arahats. They have all kinds of saintly fellow students in there. They have all kinds of saintly professors in there teaching them enlightenment. And enlightenment is a kind of mission that you should achieve. It's not a given thing. It's not the Buddha give you enlightenment, no such thing. You have to work towards it. It's your self-enlightenment. But you need a location, a place where you won't be bothered by anything. A place that you won't be bothered by your own karma, that you have all kinds of suffering, you have earthquake, you have tsunami, you have hurricanes, you have wars, you have sickness, death, aging. You don't have those anymore in there. You're free from those. But you're not the Buddha yet in there. You are just a student in there. But you've got to register first. You've got to register for admissions first. The sutra tells you how to register for the admission.